Coming to you 2 weeks away from the biggest show of the year, Wrestlation 5, ladies and gentlemen. It is 2 weeks away, and right at the start, we have Ron the King in the middle of the ring, and he doesn't have anybody beside him, but he has a mic at hand, and he has something to say. Listen to the King. That's all I ask. That's all I want. And in the end, Poseidon isn't listening to the King. Rod the Great isn't listening to the King.
What did I do?
Everybody is not listening to the King. So, must I remind everybody, I am the King! I am the ruler of IUW of the Royal Warriors. I have the King title and I am backed by the owner, Steel Armstrong, and he says I am the King too. He recognizes me as so. So, I did not tell my compadres to come into the ring with me. Why? Well, one, Poseidon, I haven't seen him since he low-blowed me in the Wrestling Champions League match to kick his king out!
Yeah.
And I haven't seen Rod the Great since I asked him to bring me Poseidon and have him talk to me. So, I want to know, where are the Royal Warriors? And then out come Rod the Great and Poseidon. They're out to the ring. They're in front of Ron the King. And Ron has something to tell them. Well. Look who we have. We have my two brothers. My two teammates. My two loyal servants. Do you guys realize both of you guys pleaded your fealty to me? Okay. So, smack right up Poseidon's face. Why must you disobey me? And Poseidon looks at him straight up with his eyes bloodshot, about to take the shot. Ron the King says, hit me. Go ahead. Hit me. This isn't the Wrestling Champions League where you're supposed to follow the rules. Go ahead, hit me. Hit me! And Poseidon takes a swing, but Rod the Great stops him. And Rod the Great goes on to tell Ron,
this is starting to look like what happened last time. Everybody needs to fall back in line if we decided that we're going to be the best faction of all time. Now I understand Poseidon did a real dirty trick in the Wrestling Champions League. I talked to him about it. But if you think about it this way, that's more of a testament to your fighting battle. Your fighting style. Ron, you were so unbeatable that he had to stoop down to the lowest of measures to beat you. Poseidon understands that he's only where he is because...
Rod, do you still believe in me? Do you still believe I am fit to be king? What is it? Do you believe in me? Do you still believe I am fit to be king? Rod?
Yes, you are still king.
I am still king, aren't I, huh?
You
do you
king.
still follow my orders.
Yes.
Well, I guess that leaves only one thing then. The tribal court begins! Take Poseidon and put him to the ground right now! And Rod the Great and Poseidon are tussling, they're wrestling, and then all we see is Adik the Destroyer take Poseidon and bring him to the ground. King Ron the King goes out to tell Rod the Great, hold him down, hold him down, hold him down, and Rod the Great has to follow the orders. He holds Poseidon down while Adik the Destroyer has Poseidon in his eyes, in his lens. Adik the Destroyer has an axe at hand, and Ron the King looks at Poseidon and he says, do you know that I am the king and you are my right hand man? And Poseidon says, yes, yes. Well, why would you disgrace me like I am some peasant? And then Poseidon, before he can say anything, Ron says, enough! Enough! I have one ruling. I have one ruling for you, Poseidon. If you do not win the Wrestling Champions League for the Royal Warriors, if you do not follow through, you must face my consequences. And Poseidon is let go. Adik the Destroyer is told to hold back, and he just walks away. And then Ron the King says, are y'all still with me?
Yes.
Poseidon, are you with me?
Yes.
Damn, and just like that, the Royal Warriors are back together. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have a #1 contenders match for the tag team titles. We already know that Loud Silence will take on Prometheums, Tavros, and Echo at Wrestlation. But who's gonna fight the both of those teams between Ahanu and Seacon of Chicago and Orbit of Entertainment's Comets and Nova? Who's gonna go out on top and win it? It is...
Oh, we know.
Seacon and Ahanu. Chicago go through.
The aura is radiating.
Which means Prometheum will take on Loud Silence and Chicago at Wrestlation.
No.
Okay, dude. Enough.
I don't
Clean
like
up
that.
in aisle 2. Clean up in aisle 2.
These Indians keep winning.
Whoa!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, up next, we have Lewis Hendricks out to the middle of the ring. And he has a mic at hand. And he goes on to say, well, what will Lewis Hendricks do at Wrestlation? Who will he face? Who
is it?
That's a good question, because Lewis Hendricks at the moment is not facing anybody.
Oh!
Lewis Hendricks is 2 weeks away from Wrestlation, and there is no one at sight. What does that mean for Lewis Hendricks moving forward? I don't know. Wrestlation is the biggest pay-per-view, and I believe I am the biggest star in the company, and if I'm not there, what does that actually say of me? Lewis Hendricks was a little bit off this year. He joined the Joker's crew not through his own volition, no. If it were my choice, I would have kicked Joker's ass way long before I got into that green bullshit of a group. But Hollow's gonna take care of that for everybody at Wrestlation. Mark my words. That is not a prediction. It is a spoiler.
Spoiler.
But since Lewis Hendricks got away from that, I've only been around for about a month, and I see what a damn hell of a roster we have here in IUW. Let me throw out some names. Orbit of Entertainment, Nova and Comet. These guys are the only two-time tag team champions in the company right now. Orbit of Entertainment are a hell of a group, and they're on the upcoming, and they are rookies, ladies and gentlemen. They're amazing. Keegan Cormack, hell of a fighter from Ireland. He is a two-time Money in the Bank winner. He has won the Evolution Champion. He has won the Giant Champion, I believe.
Yeah,
He was actually the first one, yes.
Yeah.
And also, he holds the multinational title. And then we also have another guy called Fernando Sosa. Fernando Sosa from Brazil, in his first ever competitive match in wrestling, won the world title. And we also have Chicago, more specifically Blackhawk. Fernando Sosa and Blackhawk are the two biggest stars in the company today. They're the fastest rising stars. They're fan favorites already, as well as Keegan Cormack. Why am I bringing all this up? Well, Keegan Cormack has the multinational title, and because I don't have a match at WrestleLation, I figure, why don't we decide a number one contender? Why don't I go on to face two of the hottest rising stars tonight? It's going to be Lewis Hendricks, Fernando Sosa, and Blackhawk. And then we see Fernando Sosa come out from the ramp, and he has a translator with him. He goes on to tell the translator something. The translator repeats after him, repeats back in English. Lewis Hendricks, you are one of the best wrestlers in the world, and it's an honor to be a part of a company with you, let alone be in a match with you. I will take it, and I will fight you tonight. And then we see Blackhawk of Chicago. Blackhawk has a mic at hand. Lewis Hendricks, I do not share the same remarks of Fernando Sosa. I do not believe that you are truly a good man. Since I've met you, you've done nothing but harm to my own group, to me, to my bloodline. Lewis Hendricks, I'm not going to go and accept this matchup for the praise of it, for the praise from you. No. I am going to accept this matchup to take it from you. And then Lewis Hendricks goes on to say, Fernando, I appreciate the remarks. It comes from the bottom of my heart that you are one of, if not the best wrestlers in the world today. And I can't wait to fight you. And Blackhawk, I hope one day you can come around and see what you saw before while I was in the Jokers is not who I really am. But I look forward to fighting both of you tonight. And that's the end of that segment, ladies and gentlemen. Which means tonight, for the number one contender for the multinational championship, in which Keegan Cormack currently has, it will be Fernando Sosa, Lewis Hendricks, and Blackhawk to determine the number one contender. But first, ladies and gentlemen, it is Tatsuo Kobayashi, Rodeo Ronnie, Nova, and Steel Balboa facing each other to determine a number one contender for the light heavyweight title, in which currently holds Kuroshi Kobura. He will face Killer Cade at WrestleMania. Which one of these four men will go on to face those two at WrestleMania for the light heavyweight belts? It is rodeo time. It's Rodeo Ronnie.
I hate the pedigree, bro.
That shit's a sick move. Shut the fuck up.
Nah.
All right, up next, ladies and gentlemen, we
What are you
see
talking about?
Joker T in the middle of the ring, and he has a mic at hand. He is not smiling, ladies and gentlemen. He is not laughing. He has a mic at hand with something to say. One of my biggest dreams has turned into my biggest nightmare. I wanted to rule wrestling, and I did. But at what cost? It cost me everything. It cost me my group. It cost me my sanity. It cost me my life.
Oh.
Oh! I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, Joker T has never felt better before. Hollow! Hollow, you are in for a ride. Hollow, it is not you giving me the nightmares. No. I know for a fact. It is me giving you the nightmares, Hollow. You pointed at me last week, and it wasn't fear that was going through my eyes. It was diabolical ideas to think what I can do against you. You want to call me out? You want to point at me? Well, I only have one thing that I have to say. I want to meet you in hell. I want to meet you in the biggest structure, most destructive structure, most diabolical structure in wrestling. Hollow, I want you in hell, in a cell. And it's not you who is gonna come out on top. No, it is me who's gonna take you and bring you from the top to the bottom and pin you 1, 2, 3. Because I'm Joker. I'm Joker T. I am the greatest wrestler there's ever been. And if there's anybody who can dispute that, come face me like a man. But there will be no one, because all of you are some pussy. And then Psycho Perk just smacks him from the back of the head and absolutely mauls him, destroying him, and just absolutely annihilates Joker T in the middle of the ring. And he just starts walking back to the locker room. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, it was in WrestleMania 4. It was also prior to WrestleMania 4. Joker T sprayed the mist at Psycho Perk. He stabbed Strico, in which Psycho Perk believed he was dead. And Psycho Perk went ballistic on Joker T. Then he just went ballistic on Joker T now. But as he's walking to the locker room, we hear... How's the song go?
Fuck.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's the old
dun.
one.
Da, 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 da. It is Bullock coming out to the ring. He has a mic at hand while he's walking towards Joker T's carcass. And he goes on to say,
What was the...
oh, here. Go.
Joker T. You think I forgot what you did to my friend? My one and true friend? And this entire roster? By the name of Hansilian. You murdered him. With no mercy. With no sincere. And with a smirk on your douchebag face. I want my revenge. And I want it now.
Bullock. You don't get it. I didn't kill him. You killed him. You're the one that I put under the spell. And you're the one with your own hands. You killed Hansilian. So whatever you want to do to me, do it. You'll never get Hansilian back. And then Joker T and Bullock just absolutely destroys Joker T. Remember when it was Bullock and Tip Tiger in the ring? Bullock takes the hammer, he goes back in the ring and just lays the hammer down on Joker T. Absolutely destroying him, busting him open. Joker T is literally destroyed. After Psycho Perk and Bullock got done with him, and now Bullock goes for the pin after he hits his finisher. 1, 2, 3. Bullock gets the victory over Joker T, and Bullock walks away, and Joker T's in the middle of the ring, and he spits blood out from his mouth, and he has a smile on his face, and the lights go black. And we see on the big screen, "See you in hell." And Joker T is left laughing in the middle of the ring, and it just walks away. Hollow and Joker T in a Hell in a Cell match looks to be confirmed. Ladies and gentlemen, who's going to come on top? We'll find out at Wrestlation 5. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because it is the main event of the evening. It is for the multinational championship match. Who is going to fight Keegan Cormack and Platin at Wrestlation for the multinational championship between Fernando Sosa, Lewis Hendricks, and Blackhawk? It will be Lewis Hendricks. You can't have Wrestlation without Lewis Hendricks now, can you? After the match, we see Fernando Sosa shake hands with Lewis Hendricks, and Lewis Hendricks takes a hand out to Blackhawk. Blackhawk looks at it and just walks away. But Lewis Hendricks is the one holding his hands up at night's end. It is Lewis Hendricks going to Wrestlation, fighting for the multinational championship. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Next time we see you, it will be a week before Wrestlation 5.